Today we're going to tie it all together so you know exactly step by step how to put all of this stuff we've learned straight to the use. So let's cover it. Let's get to work. When you're building your real estate career, you have a million things going on at any given time that you need to perform on. But there's something called Kpis, Key Productivity Indicators, that are going to determine how successful you are in this industry. So if you came to me and you're like, Devin, this is how much I'm doing in business, or these are all the activities I'm doing, I can tell you down to the dollar exactly how much money you're making, because I'm going to look at your key KPIs and I'm going to say, this is how much you're going to make in 1 year. So let's go through every single one of them. Number one, how many conversations or contacts are you having? Are you talking to 15 to 20 people on a daily basis? That is number one. Every person on our team is required, if you want to be on this team, you got to be talking to people. This is a contact sport. You got to have contacts. What is a contact? A conversation about real estate in which you ask somebody if they're looking to either buy, sell, invest, or maybe even know somebody that could help. We need to be having about 15 to 20 of these conversations, contacts, every single day. That's the first thing. If you're not doing this, you're dropping the ball. Add this to your schedule. Schedule 2 to 4 hours of lead generation time to make sure that you get this done. Contacts. Number two, are you doing open houses? Open houses are amazing because guess what? Instead of you having to reach out to the buyer or the seller or the client, they literally come to your doorstep. You just have to put out some signs, have some water, sparkling water, whatever, have great marketing materials, make it look amazing. If you're doing 3 to 6 open houses every single week, you're going to be killing it. But you might say, well, Devin, there's only one Sunday during the week. How can I do so many open houses? Number one, when I started in this industry, I didn't use an office. Every single day, Monday through Sunday, I would sit in an open house and I would make all of my calls from there, and I'd be at an open house, a vacant listing, for 8 hours a day, just letting people show up. So now what I'm doing is I'm doing outbound calls. I'm reaching out to people. I'm sitting at an open house. I'm letting people come to me as I'm also getting work done. It's such a better use of your time. So next thing you have to be doing, we covered contacts, we covered open houses. You, my friend, need to have what's called a farm. What is a farm, Devin? It is where you farm crops. No, that's a lie. A farm is a geographic area where you say, this one neighborhood, these 500 homes, I am going to canvass. I'm going to door knock. I'm going to send mailers. I'm going to do open houses in this area. You are going to choose 500 homes and you're going to reach out to them 2 to 3 times per month. Because here's what ends up happening. Every single month, you're sitting open houses there. You're meeting every single owner, every neighbor, every renter, every family member that's coming to this area. So if let's say you want to choose an area, we're going to say Ocean Point. Now we know there's 5,000 homes in Ocean Point. You're going to narrow it down from 5,000. You're going to choose a 500 home area. You're going to sit an open house there at least 2 times per week. These are your farm instructions. You're going to cold call the neighborhood. But Devin, what do I say? Here's what it sounds like. Ring, ring. Hello? Who is this? Hey, is this John Smith? Yes, it is. Who's this? Hey, John, this is Devin Tryon. I'm the realtor that's sitting the open house at 123 Banana Street. I'm just calling the neighborhood to invite all the neighbors. I wanted to see if you wanted to stop by our open house on Sunday 2 to 5. Oh, no. We already own our house. We're not buying anything else. Oh, totally understand. Hey, John, I know sometimes when one listing comes up, you might get 2 or 3 more that might sell a few months later. Do you know any other neighbors or anybody else here in Ocean Point that might want to sell? Well, no, we really don't. Gotcha. Okay, well, I know our open house has been pretty busy. Have you guys ever had any thoughts on selling? Well, we were thinking about going to Vegas. Oh, okay, what brings you over there? So you go through the script. So now you've got 500 homes. You're sitting open houses twice a week. You're cold calling the neighborhood. But then guess what? Some numbers you don't have, some owners just live there and don't have phones. Some people don't come to your open houses. So the next thing we do, fancy little trick called door knocking. This is where you prepare marketing materials, flyers, whatever, a neighborhood update, and you go to every single home. You knock on their door. They say, hello, can I help you? You say, hey, my name is Devin. I'm doing an open house. I just wanted to drop off this invitation to you. We're going to be there on Sunday if you want to come join us. Oh, okay, sure, thanks. Hey, by the way, there's a lot of sales going on here. I want to see, do you know anybody else that might think about buying or selling here in Ocean Point? Oh, no, we're not doing anything, blah, blah, blah. Oh, well, is it okay? Every month I do a market update on Ocean Point, just a newsletter I send out to all my friends and family, tell them the state of the market, highest sales price, all this stuff. Can I send that to you? Sure, why not? But now they just said yes. Everybody says yes to this question. Now, by you saying, can I send it to you? This means you need their email address. So you say, great, here, I'll send it to you. I send it on the 1st of every month. John, or you won't know their name yet, what's your email? And then they'll be like a little nervous. They'll be like, oh, I guess it makes sense that you need my email if you're going to send me this email. Well, my email is john@gmail.com. Okay, and I take it your first name's John? Yes, it is. And what's your last name, by the way? You can look it up on tax records, so you don't have to get too deep into it. But now you've identified a whole area where you, within 6 months, 12 months, you're going to be taking 2 to 3 listings from this every single quarter. And the best part is you're going to start building up your email list, your calling list. Very often you'll get their phone number. You are building out your career. This is a game, this is a sport that's played by the people that are in the arena, on the field, doing the activities. This is how I was able to double or triple my business every single year since I've started in this industry. So, first thing, KPIs, key productivity indicators. Number 1, how many conversations are you having? Number of contacts. Number 2, how many open houses? Number of open houses you're having. Number 3, number of doors you knock on. Doors knocked on. As you can see, every single week, if you're having 75 conversations here, 25 conversations here, and another 30 conversations here, you're going to be talking to 130 people every single week. Now, times that by 4, you're talking to over 500 people every month. When you do this, when you follow this system exactly, you will be extremely productive. But here's the catch. Why doesn't everybody do this? Because it's hard. I will not joke with you on this. It is very difficult. You're going to have to spend 15 to 20 hours a week of cold calling. You're going to have to spend probably another 10 to 20 hours of open houses. You're going to easily spend another 5 hours of doing your door knocking. Right here alone, you already have 30 to 40 hour work week. Just doing your lead generation. This doesn't include sending CMAs. This doesn't include checking your inbox, any social media, any marketing you're doing, any of this flyer creation or printing. My first year, 3 years, my first 5 years in the industry, I was doing 60 to 80 hours a week, sometimes more. If you want to be good, if you want to be incredible, this is what it takes. Now, here's the thing. I say this all the time. There's 2 ways to be successful in real estate. Number 1, you do this for 2, 3 years, and you're going to be in an incredible place 3 to 4 years from now. You do this for 2 to 4 years, you're going to be killing it. Or you don't do this, and you just kind of do it casually, like how everybody else does it. And in 45 years, you are going to be one of the best real estate agents on this island or wherever your market is, not because of hard work, but just because of pure time in the industry. Same results. This one will take 2 to 4 years, one will take 20 to 45 years. Totally up to you. So we went over KPIs, please don't forget that, key productivity indicators. Now, we need to start building out your calendar, your schedule. We need to tie all of this together. So here's what your day should look like. Monday through Friday. Start with your health, your mindset, your being. Spend 30 minutes a day working on your body. Whether that's mindset, meditation, working out, F45, yoga, work on your health for 30 minutes every day. It's going to set you up for a lot better career, I promise you. Then, spend 15 to 20 minutes planning your day. Either you run your day or your day runs you. Every single night and morning, I go over what are the things I need to accomplish. What are the most important activities during my day? What is my schedule? What does my calendar look like? Who are the people I need to talk to? And is there anything else I'm missing? And then I always ask myself, what is the one thing that if I get done today, everything else becomes less important? What is the most important goal I have for today if I could only do one thing? Spend 15 to 20 minutes planning before you start doing something. Think of it this way. If you want to plan to build a house, or if you want to build a house, do you show up and just start building? Or do you hire an architect? Do you get engineers? Do you go through, you know exactly just about what this house is going to look like before you even draw the first nail? That's how you have to spend your day, because when you spend your days doing this, you become more productive. When you become more productive, you can spend less time working and more time getting things done. There's a difference between efficiency and effectiveness. Efficiency means you are very good at whatever the task you are doing it is. Effective means you're actually moving the needle, you're getting things done. I don't want people on our team who are efficient. If somebody is the best person in the world at sending emails, does that really get anything done? Probably not. But if somebody is very effective, that means they're making moves, they're moving and shaking their business, they're making things happen. Focus on being effective, not so much efficient, and the way you do that is you plan your day. So Monday through Friday, spend 30 minutes on your health, easily 15 to 20 minutes planning. Then you're going to want to pencil in 2, depending how new in the industry you are, 2 to 4 hours of lead generation time. This is your calls. This is your follow-up. This is the hardest thing of your day, and that's why between 8 to 10 or 8 to noon, this is what you need to be doing. If anybody on my team comes to me and they have a question, and it's before 11 o'clock, the number one question I have is, did you already make your calls? Because if you did, let's go over your question. If you did not, then we probably should make your calls, and then we can go over the thing. And then they might say, well, Devin, this is so stressful. This is going on in my life. I need to do X, Y, Z. And then I say, well, that's terrible. I'm really sorry you're in that situation. You should absolutely handle it. But the thing is, if you don't make your calls, you're going to be not only stressed, but you're also going to be broke because you're not going to have anything going on. So make your calls. 30 minutes of health, 20 minutes of planning, 2 to 4 hours of lead generation time. You're going to want to schedule another hour or 2 of actual follow-up, FU. 2 to 4 hours of generating leads, 1 to 2 hours of following up with your hottest, primest, best leads you have. And then you can do everything else. You can do your social, you can do your planning, your pre-production, all of this stuff. But when you get this done, and I forgot one thing, which we're going to squeeze right in here, is your role play. So I have this saying, either you're practicing with your coach, your agents, your peers, or you're practicing on your clients. If I give you the objection right now, I'm asking you, I pretend I'm a seller and I say, Mr. Agent or Miss Agent, I'm not comfortable paying 6% commission. What would you say? If you don't have an amazing response for that, you just lost. Or if they say, I want to price it $100,000 above asking, what do you think? If you don't have an amazing response for that, you just lost. If I'm a buyer and I tell you, I think we should ask the seller to fix every single one of these repairs, what do you think? And if you as the agent don't have an incredible response for that, you just either lost a transaction, lost income, or lost a client. Role play, practice. There's only so many things a buyer or a seller or an investor can say to us, or an agent. You need to make sure you are one of the best people in your market, because I can tell you I know 2, 3, sometimes 4 different ways to handle every single objection. Why? Because I've practiced. I've easily spent 5,000 hours practicing and role playing and doing this. For my first year, I would do this 2 to 3 hours a day. Every morning I was in the office, usually around 6 o'clock. I would spend an hour practicing and role playing. Then I would, from 7 a.m., I would start making my calls until 11. I'd take a break at 11, and I would do lunch and role play with my peers. Usually after about 12 o'clock, I would get back to the phones until 7 p.m. I would go home, I would prep my emails, respond to marketing updates, whatever it is, and I would do it again. And I did that typically 6 days a week for the first couple of years. I was working 16-hour days for 6 days a week for years. But that's also why I'm now in a position where I'm so good at this, I'm so well rehearsed, that when a client says an objection to me, I get excited. I already have 4 different responses to what they're going to say down. And what I'll actually do is the client may say, you know, Devin, another agent said they would do it for 5% commission. I'll pause. I'll stop and I'll kind of act like I'm thinking about it, because if you just immediately go into the script, it's like, whoa, okay, chill. And I'll say, you know, John, seller, I totally get it. And at the end of the day, you want to net the most money from this sale, right? I'm sure that's what it is, and that's what it's about. Yes, that's important to me. And can I tell you what concerns me about that? What's that? Well, if the other agent you're interviewing is willing to discount their commission immediately, just like that, and if they can't even negotiate for their own money, their own commission, how well do you think they're going to do when they have to negotiate for your money? And then your seller is going to be like, oh, wow, okay, that's a good point. You need to have that down. Let's tie this all together and wrap it up, because we're almost done. Number 1, focus on your KPIs. Build out your calendar to match this or better, ideally more on this side of things than this side of things. Make sure you have Monday through Friday blocked off. I understand some people have a family, more things going on. When I started, I was only hungry for real estate, and that's all I wanted to do 7 days a week, so that's what I did. But now I'm at the point where I'll take 1 to 2 days off a week for sanity. You have to take me time. Make sure you take care of your mindset, your health, your wealth, everything. If your calendar looks like this and you aren't seeing results in 3 months or even in 3 weeks, then you're not following it or you're not doing it correctly, because every agent on our team follows this and they kill it. Their first year, they're doing 5 to 10 million just like that. Thank you for joining me. If you have questions, or if you're just like, Devin, I want 10, 15 minutes of coaching, I have a Calendly link. You can schedule a time with me. That's what I'm here for. Follow this schedule and keep kicking ass. Aloha.